All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 24 of Stay Tuned. Wow, it's been a long ride already. 24 episodes.
It's
And
been a while.
we haven't even, broke the carapace, something like that, of what we actually ever want to talk about. So, but this week it was kind of hard coming off of last week's, the Arkham Knight, which, by the way, Tom, have you been continuing to play that?
Yeah, I've gotten everything done except the Riddler trophy
Nice.
stuff. So
I'm catching up
I'm
to
like
you then.
89% of the way through the game, something like that.
Nice. So everybody's probably wondering what that is. There's somebody down there below us this week. That is Matt. He is I don't know how to describe him besides a
Blizzard connoisseur.
Blizzard connoisseur, expert, everything around, in between, and through that. So, yeah, he's going to join us for the next at least 2 weeks to discuss everything Blizzard, from Warcraft 1, Rock and Roll Racing on the Super Nintendo, to the recently released Heroes of the Storm. So, Matt, if you want to, go ahead and introduce yourself and just give us a background real quick.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Matthew Hawkins. I don't know what to say. I've played every single Blizzard game from the beginning. Lost Vikings, Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo. You talk about it, I've probably wasted a lot of money on it. As you can kind of see, I'm a kind of a super nerd here, so collector's editions afar and everything Blizzard's ever released to
There you
every damn BlizzCon Funko exclusive and Blizzard exclusive. So yeah, I mean, if it's been done, I've done it. So yeah, across on the video games, the World of Warcraft trading card game, of course, judging and playing and kind of dabbling in everything they've done.
That's pretty
obsessed.
awesome. Yeah. So you've
There you
obviously been. I know you have personally been to a few different BlizzCons. So how was that experience compared to like the other cons, being strictly just about like one individual developer rather than having like multiple developers coming to the convention?
I've been to a lot of conventions, and I have to say that BlizzCon is, I mean, it's amazing. I go every single year, and it's not even for Blizzard per se anymore. It's just kind of to hang out with all the friends you make.
Yeah.
I mean, I started going there with guildmates way back when, so Shadows of the Horde, and then meeting friends and cuties only, up to raiding with Crypt friends for multiple years. I mean, it was kind of just an experience to hang out with people from all over the world in one place for one product that you loved. But I continue going every year, and I enjoy the Hilton parties and all of the other things they do, all the liquor that you can consume in a 48-hour period, and then trying to not be as hungover as I can when I go to Disneyland on the last day.
Do you
There you go.
So do you get the con flu whenever you get back, or the whatever they call it, the con bug?
I haven't got con crud yet from BlizzCon.
There it is, con crud. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say the only times I've got con crud so far that has been pretty bad was E3. You always just get sick at E3. I don't know why. PAX. So I got a PAX Prime and PAX East. I haven't got to go to PAX South yet. That's on the list. And PAX Australia is also there. But every single year I come back from PAX Prime, I'm dead for at least 3 or 4 days after.
Calling to sick.
Yeah,
during that
the
vacation
PAX
time.
flu is pretty impressive.
Oh
in
yeah,
its
man.
destruction.
PAX. I mean, they created their own name for it. It's called the PAX Pox now, and
Nice.
it's even in their board games and card game and things. So it's pretty bad.
That's
incredible.
Awesome. That's awesome. So, yes, but this week we're talking strictly Blizzard, only Blizzard products. So, I didn't know this for the longest time until like I watched a couple YouTube videos, but the first Blizzard game I ever played was on the Super Nintendo. Did you guys ever play Rock and Roll Racing?
I did.
I did not.
It's pretty much the greatest thing ever. It's like F-Zero meets like heavy metal. That's the only way to
There you
describe
go.
it.
That's
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
They have like 16-bit renditions of like Iron Man. I'm trying to remember what else they had. I think Metal Health, just like all like the old like 80s metal songs that you just race to them. It's like the greatest thing ever. But
Yeah.
that's not what we're here to talk about. Although it's a great Super Nintendo game. This week we're just going to cover 3 of the IPs that are currently still being taken care of by Blizzard. They're still patching them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, still releasing expansions. So this week, we're just going to be covering Diablo 3, StarCraft 2, and the newly released Heroes of the Storm, which if you've watched anything on our stream, you know me and Tom have been playing like 4 or 5 hours of it yesterday.
Yeah.
So
It was good.
we may or may not like that game. We might just be playing it just cause.
I hate it.
But
Yeah.
first up, Diablo 3. So Diablo 1 and 2. My first experience with Diablo personally was on the PlayStation 1, and it was pretty
That's
a pretty horrible experience personally, just because it was on the PlayStation 1. It wasn't really built for it back then, or at least wasn't developed
no.
correctly. And then my second experience, of course, was Diablo 2. I think I remember buying the what was that pack that they had of like Diablo, Diablo 2, and Diablo Lords of Destruction.
The
War
treasure
chest?
chest.
Yes,
yeah,
the
the war chest.
The war chest, yes, I had that, and I loved Diablo 2. But I kind of got into Diablo 2 much later, whereas I knew my friends that played it, but I was just like a console gamer. Then I didn't really have a gaming PC, so I couldn't play it. So whenever I got to Diablo 2, the servers were pretty much shut down at that point. But yeah, Diablo 3, Error 32. I lived through that. I want to get that. I want to get that shirt, Error 32 Survivor. But I don't. I guess I don't get into Diablo like a couple of my friends who like have their. I think it was like level 50 or 60 was the old cap, and they were like Paragon level, like 100 and something. And I was like, I finished the campaign once. That's all I did.
yeah.
But then Reaper of Souls came out and pretty much like reawakened everything that I loved about Diablo. Because I remember I played it for like only like 2 months, and the loot was terrible. I had a lot of Witch Doctor stuff, and I was a barbarian. Rolled a monk, and I kept getting barbarian stuff so I could transfer it over, which was like the only good thing I loved from it. But then they like redid the loot, and it was much better when I came back, and I really, really enjoyed it once again for like 2 or 3 months, because it's Diablo's one of those games, like I'm not a huge ARPG guy, so I'll play it and then I'll finish it, and I might do a little bit more, then I'll stop. I'm not sure if you guys are different. Tom, what's been your experience with just Diablo in general?
My first real Diablo game was 3, and actually Reaper of Souls. I actually played it on the PS4. It's going to be a theme. I haven't really played many Blizzard games, so.
But you've played a few.
I played a few of them. Probably Heroes of the Storm has my number 2 in terms of hours played out of all Blizzard games. So that'll say something for you there. But I used to watch my cousins and friends and stuff play Diablo 2, but my parents never let me get it because it had to do with Satan and all kinds of the devil and all that kind of stuff. So I never was really allowed to play it until 3 came out, and I heard all about the Error 32 and all that, which made me not want to play it. But then once it came out on the 1 and the PS4, I heard it was really good. So I got it on the PS4, and I played that thing nonstop, like 50 hours or so straight. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I just played through the campaign once, did a little bit of extra stuff at the end, but really I didn't do too much after that.
Nice. What about you, Matt?
I mean, this is probably one of my favorite franchises. I mean, of course, Warcraft is going to destroy everything, but
that's a whole nother story. For
Diablo 1 was
yeah,
definitely that'll be next week's edition. But Diablo 1 was actually, I got to play it on computer, so original release, because my sister and her ex-husband were obsessed with it. So I remember whenever my parents would go drop me off at my sister's or to go spend time with her, she actually would just set me up on her computer, and then kind of like I would plug and play and be my own thing over there. But I remember you start in the original town. I don't remember if it's Tristram or not, but you kind of have to go into the mission, and you kind of go down, and it's the first time you get to see like bosses and skeletons. You just get destroyed. Like, it's not fun. But I remember my sister set me up on an Amazon, and I had to have an email address to get everything set up so she could send me like how to play and do all these things. So I still have my original email address, which is LordODeath6969 on Hotmail servers, and it's the like most boring name ever. But yeah, no, that's actually the first character I made. I made an Amazon called Lord O'Death, and I got to play that as long as I could until my parents found out that my sister was letting me play games about Satan, and it was kind of cut short there.
Oh my god!
But we went
hilarious.
from there. Yeah, it was great. But I went from there, and then Diablo 2 came out, and I was a little older. I had my gaming PC. I was fortunate enough to have one since I was young, so I got pretty heavily involved with that. A good friend of mine, James, and another one of our friends, just kind of we all got together, and we'd always go to my house after school, and we would alternate between playing Diablo 2 and Warcraft 2. So I kind of got to go through all of those missions. That's when dial-up was first around.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I convinced
I
my parents. Yeah, I convinced my parents into getting AOL dial-up for me off the discs at the Stater Mart that we had.
Nice.
and I was able to connect, and that's the first time I got an experience with BattleNet, and that kind of got me hooked. So playing Diablo 2 online, I mean, I went through all the phases, all the changes, hardcore mode, hell mode. I was around for like runes, the hacking of that, white runes, white rings. Like it was phenomenal to see all the things you could do. I learned about duping and hacking. Me and my friends used to sling perfect gems back when that was the way you paid for everything. SOJs. I mean, I go back with that game. Diablo 3 was kind of I don't know. It was like a breath of fresh air. I was hoping for something that was just phenomenal. I would go back to that like middle school Diablo 2 Matt, and it captured me. I had fun. I leveled every single character to max level that I could, did some of the online play. I think I built a couple sets, so I kind of started doing farming, botted, but I'm never going to admit to that, but I botted some things so I could keep some loot going. But yeah, no, it kind of died out on me. Just wasn't having fun. Reaper Souls came out. All my friends started playing. Got max level. Loot tables garbage. I came back a little bit when Paragon levels started. I was playing with one of my friends, Nathan, and he found an exploit in one of the caverns where you basically pull on the hardest mode all the skeletons, and you kill them really quick with a special barbarian spec. So we kind of Paragon leveled up, and then I gave up on it. It wasn't holding my attention. Just wasn't doing it.
Yeah, see, like I don't know what it is about ARPGs. Like I've tried about every single one that I can think of. Torchlight, Path of Exile, and Diablo. I think Diablo is obviously the best because Blizzard pretty much says like what makes all these types of games good. Let's use all that, but let's make it even better. Let's give it that Blizzard touch to where it's going to appeal to everybody and not just appeal to like a niche market. Whereas like, I mean, Diablo's. It's still kind of a niche market. Like it's more like widely played, I think, by everybody. Like everybody's gonna play it, but it's just those few people that are keep playing it. Like on my friends list now, I don't really have people that are constantly playing Diablo. Like I see people playing World of Warcraft. I see people playing Heroes of the Storm. I see people playing Hearthstone. But Diablo's like that one. Diablo and StarCraft that nobody really ever plays. But those were the games that were like big whenever they were, released. But maybe I just don't have those kind of friends that like ARPGs that much or real-time strategy. So, but the story of Diablo 3 is pretty much there's like this black soul stone, and stuff happens, and there's a cool angel guy, and you kill stuff. Like
I pressed X a bunch and skipped all of it.
No, but there is one thing I will say about Blizzard that I don't think anybody can deny is the quality of their cinematics are just always top-notch. Only cinematic I would ever have to question is one from World of Warcraft, but that's a whole nother story for next week. But everything that I've seen in Diablo, like the opening cinematic was awesome. Then that first cinematic in the vanilla game where Tyrael admits to Decker Kane's daughter about what he did, how he was an angel, and how he finally remembered what happened. I was like, this cutscene just like it blew my mind seeing Tyrael fighting another angel and then pretty much like shedding his armor and becoming human just to help protect them. I was like, that's insane. It looks awesome, and it was just really, really great for the story. But yeah, I can't stay hooked to Diablo like other people can, I guess. But it's a grind fest, and I'm not a huge grinder anymore like I used to be back in, what was it, like 2008 when I played World of Warcraft for like 9 hours a day and worked for like 8 hours a day. No, but yeah, Diablo was great. If you haven't played any of the Diablos, I recommend to check them out. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun. As somebody who never really got into them before, like the console versions, if you have a console and don't have a PC or anything like that, the console versions are great in terms of just having fun. You can play with friends easily. It's easy enough to drop in, drop out. The controls map over well to it, at least on the PS4. I don't know about the PS1, Tim. But
it's terrible.
but yeah, it's a lot of fun to get into if you just kind of want to get that RPG grind going, get some new gear and all that. Level up that way. It was a fun 50 or so hours for me.
Yep. What about you, Matt?
I could say the same. I mean, I think it tells a story, like you said. The cinematics are just phenomenal, and it's definitely a change from like the Warcraft universe or the other things they do. So it's really nice to see kind of that angels versus demons. A human can become so powerful that they can kill both. Yeah. I mean, so it kind of plays to the people that are really into like that fantasy realm. I mean, I started playing it because of I don't know. I started playing Baldur's Gate a long ass time ago, and I think that it was like kind of a nice touch on that. But I think just that RPG style and that walkthrough, it's easy to pick up and put down. You can kind of go through it as quick as you want. I mean, you can take your time and do all the side missions and quests and get all the set items and bonuses. But yeah, it's a dungeon grind. You get tired of it after the first 25 hours. You still put 200 hours into it because it's a Blizzard game, and then you just shelf it till the next one comes out.
It's just kind of expected to put like 5,000 hours into any Blizzard game that comes out, it seems like. But no, it's great. And if people don't know what an ARPG is, action RPG, obviously. So pretty much like think Final Fantasy, but you're always attacking yourself. Pretty much, it's got a really cool like 45-degree angle top down. I mean, I think everybody's seen an ARPG at this point. But yeah, Diablo, top-notch ARPG. It's very grindy, but it's fun. I guess that's the best way to put it. So
it's fun, I guess.
It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun.
I guess.
Question mark.
But no, then there's another franchise that we're going to discuss today, StarCraft. So right now, StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm is out, and I am assuming this year they're going to announce the Protoss expansion. So there are 3 factions, the Terran, the Zerg, and the Protoss. And we have the Terran, which was the Wings of Liberty base game, and then the StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm, which I don't own, actually, sorry, which is the Zerg expansion. And then the third one, whatever the Protoss is going to be called, is probably going to come out this year. But I'm not a huge RTS guy, but I will play through the single player on these, and I will enjoy it. And I don't know much about StarCraft lore except that once again the cinematics are pretty freaking awesome. I'm not sure. Tom, have you played any StarCraft games?
I actually got the StarCraft battle chest a long time ago because one of my friends played StarCraft, and I finished the Terran campaign, and I didn't really care all that much. Again, at the time, like even for it being a game from like 1998 or whatever, the cutscenes and all that were incredible, even at the time. But I'm just not an RTS guy. Like I don't have the brain power to keep all of that going at the same time. If I'm going to be playing a strategy game, I need it to be more turn-based as opposed to real time. I'd never even touched StarCraft 2, although I have watched some of these streams of the like big tournaments and things like that because all the Koreans get really hyped for that game, and it's a lot of fun to watch sometimes. But really, I haven't really played StarCraft very much. It's just not really my game.
Yeah, you mentioned like watching, like that's me too as well. Like I'm not good at StarCraft. I'll never be good because of the micro and macro managing you have to do for those types of games, for the real-time strategies. But I will watch me some StarCraft, and I will get into it whenever like there's a BlizzCon tournament going on, and you see like the last like the final 8 or something going on. I'm like, oh, this is getting great. Where's the U.S. guy? I got to root for that guy. I don't want the Koreans to win. This is America.
But
we
they
gotta win.
do.
Yeah, they always win. Yeah, but the StarCraft universe, it's great. It's got some of my favorite characters, Kerrigan and Raynor especially. Just they're awesome characters. They're really well represented in the StarCraft universe. They bleed over really, really well, I think, to Heroes of the Storm, which we'll talk about next. But I mean, I've played real-time strategies like Empire Earth and another one. I can't remember what it was, but it was more of a. I play this with my friends as we like are system linked with our computers on LAN, and we play each other. So that was fun to me, but we were all just so bad that it didn't matter. But none of us played StarCraft. But Matt, what about you? Do you have a big hold on StarCraft or not?
I do. Along the same friends that played Diablo 2 with me, I mean, we kind of all became RTS fans. I mean, we were playing it on the PC, of course, and I was obsessed with StarCraft. I was a big Command & Conquer fan. So Command & Conquer and me kind of did multiple years of RTSing, and then StarCraft came out, and it was a breath of fresh air. I mean, it was something different, learning about these 3 different factions. So I was a really big Zerg player. I love Zerg rushing. I love just kind of destroying people, putting them in the carriers, putting it behind someone's base, destroying all their workers, and just screwing them over. Nice. Plus, they had one of the quickest expansions, so you're able to build their bases relatively quicker than anyone else's. So you basically just send as many Zergs as you can at your enemy, or if you want to save up, you can kind of quickly get to Mutalisk, the flying kind of shooters. Throw those at someone's base, build 2 or 3 extra bases, send Nidus Canal so you can kind of shoot creatures back and forth across the map and just crush. Characters again. I mean, I love Tassadar. I just thought
He's that
Tassadar and
Protoss, right?
Zeratul. Yeah, Tassadar and Zeratul. The Protoss just looked the coolest to me.
Mhm.
I just never
Oh, yeah.
knew how to play them, and it was way too hard. So it's like I played Zerg because they're relatively easy. They were like more of an aggro, quick play style. If I wanted to try to compete or win with anything, I'd go Terran.
Yeah.
Siege tanks, just you can't mess with them.
See, I
you put
played-
bunkers in front of your base and just win.
See, I played Terran just because I thought that was the easiest. Because I think it's more because I played the campaign, and I was like, okay, I'll play these guys because I kind of know how to play them, even though I realized I didn't whatsoever. Because what you learn in the campaign doesn't carry over whatsoever to multiplayer.
No, not
And
at all.
I think
Not
I
at all.
played like 4 games online, and I got crushed in all 4 of them. Like, it wasn't even funny. Like, I had a couple of friends that were like going up the ladder. I mean, they were getting like silver. I think one or two got gold, but I was like that guy that wasn't even. I didn't have a medal. I was that bad. I was so bad I didn't even have a medal.
That would have been me. That would have been me.
I might have beat Tom. I might have beat.
Yeah,
Tom.
you definitely would have. My
That's about
strategy
it.
was make some bunkers, get a ghost, and just go nuke stuff. That was my entire
That was
strategy.
your strategy.
Ghost
suck at
nukes
those
were
games.
pretty great.
Yeah, it was like, oh man, gonna go invisible. Oh, what? There's a nuke going off, and then it'd take out like one building, and then start it
I,
all
think
over again.
I still have nightmares in the back of my head from online play of hearing that like nuclear launch detected sound. I'm like, no, like where the hell is it? Where's the
Stop
dot?
it. Stop it. No, but
Trying to make all my bases fly and move before.
Yeah. Get out of here.
say what I liked most about StarCraft was once again just the lore. Like, I think that's one recurring theme that you're going to constantly hear about Blizzard is just the story, the lore that they have going on. I mean, it's something they're always going to be building on. They've established their own. It's not like they're not making like movie licensed games. They're making their own games from the ground up, which they've built on for like, what is it, like 25 years or something like that now, since like 1990.
probably.
So they've been around for a little bit. So it's not like they're not, and they're also not trying to churn out new IPs every single year. They're just building on what they already have, and they have this ever expanding story. And the main story that comes to my mind of StarCraft is Kerrigan and Raynor, just like that relationship that they kind of had, and then the Kerrigan betrayal cinematic that we just saw, and then him running into her again as whenever she's a Zerg, and it's pretty awesome, to say the
Yeah.
least. Like.
Infested Kerrigan
Yeah.
is hot.
Yeah, with all her weird tentacles and weird anime hentai type stuff.
And not just the lore too, but all the Blizzard games have incredible like characters design and
Yep.
the look to the worlds and all that kind of stuff. Like, I never had a PC growing up. Like, I only had a gaming PC as of like 2-3 years ago. So I never really played any of these games, but I always had seen them and thought that they looked really cool. Like, Blizzard does an amazing job of setting up the worlds in, and really making you care about the characters just because you like the look of it, and they write the characters pretty well. So I think that helps with like Heroes of the Storm with everybody kind of working together. But I think Blizzard, you always got to say their production values are absolutely like top of the line.
Through the roof, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they don't
They're the best.
like. There was pretty much like a rumor of like what was it called, Project Titan, and
Yeah.
they were just like it's not living up to our standards, and they were working on this like. I started playing Blizzard games like officially, like back in 2007, the year after I graduated high school, and I heard about Project Titan like in 2008, and it just got canceled. Like, what was it, Matt? Like 2-3 years ago, they finally officially
Yeah.
said that Project
Yeah.
Titan is canceled because they said it wasn't living up to their standards. Like, they have a high rate of standards, but they also you wait for a while for the product. Like, for like StarCraft 2, I think you waited like 2 years for the Heart of the Swarm. Diablo 3, I think we were playing for like almost 2 years, and we got the first expansion. And World of Warcraft's on about a 1.5 to 2 year cycle. I wish it would get a little bit lower because I don't want to be stuck in the raid right now for like another like 13 months, but that might happen. But we'll talk about that next week. But yeah, like they always take their time. They want to develop their characters. They want to develop their story. They want to be around for the next 25 years, not just the past like 25-ish years, we'll call it, that they've been around already. So, but
Right.
mentioning the characters, I guess that's like a nice segue into
You're welcome.
into the next topic of Heroes of the Storm. So, I think Matt, you've played
What-
this a little bit, right?
Yeah, one thing I want to say just on that last line though, when you said that they just put out quality, I mean, I have a couple friends that work on some of the projects there, and I've had friends since the beginning of World of Warcraft. I was actually a player in Alpha and Beta because of a buddy, Jim Chadwick, who's I think above and beyond super high up rank there now. But it was kind of sad to hear Project Titan got canceled. Along the same line, StarCraft Ghost. Like,
Yeah, I forgot about StarCraft Ghost. Yeah, the console game.
Yeah, I really wanted to see all of that come out, but they put a lot of effort into making sure that when that game comes out, it's flawless. Outside of server stability, because they're just not used to 10 million people logging in at once, I guess. But they're getting everything taken care of. I mean, they have servers all across the world now. But yeah, they put out quality, and I think that's what's kept me around for so long. I mean, it's a great company, great games.
Yeah, like if you have the time, anybody, I urge you. I sat here and watched it yesterday. It's called Looking for Group. It's on YouTube. It's like an hour and 10 minutes long, and it's literally just about Blizzard and like their development on from the beginning to where they're at today. It has pretty much all your big names are in there. They're getting interviewed. It talks about not just World of Warcraft. They talk about Diablo. They talk about StarCraft, everything, and they say like we are making these products as if we were going to play them ourselves. They're not. Blizzard makes a lot of money. They could literally, if they wanted to, for the next 5 years, they could just come out with like crappy expansions for stuff and new IPs and just print money. They could, and it would take people like me and probably like Matt like 5 years to realize that we should stop buying this stuff because it's not good. But it's by Blizzard, so I'm gonna keep buying it because I'm that guy. I mean, just from World of Warcraft alone, they're bringing in millions of, tens of hundreds of $1 million a month, and that's not counting how much they're selling of their other IPs and. You know, even the next game we're about to talk about, Heroes of the Storm, I've dropped a good $50 on this game probably already, and it's free to play, and I've dropped like 40 or $50 on it just to play what I want to play. But
man.
But Matt,
premium games are dangerous.
Yes. And you have
Hearthstone is printing money for them, and I'm sure Heroes is as well.
And Heroes just came out like what was it, the 22nd, I want to say, or like the 21st of June. So it's only like. It's still in its infancy stage, but it was in beta for like 21 months. Forever, yeah. It's like one of those games like it's like the release is next Tuesday. You're like, oh wait, this game isn't out yet. I forgot.
Yeah, I remember seeing the ads for it. It's like this game's being released. It's like I've had this game for almost 2 years.
Right.
It's like
it's got a big fat one in front of the decimal point.
Yeah, it's like now all my friends can play with me. Yeah, I can actually try this out.
Yeah, I mean, I had the opportunity to play the beta for Heroes of the Storm, but I didn't. Because I don't like League of Legends. I don't watch League of Legends. I've never enjoyed it. So, what about? Have you guys tried? Tom, have you tried League of Legends or not?
I played League of Legends for a couple of hours with one of my friends in college who obsessively played either WoW or Dota, like the original Dota, nonstop. So he tried to teach me, and I just really didn't get into it. So I played a couple of hours, but didn't really enjoy it all that much.
What about you, Matt? Did you play League?
I played a lot of League of Legends. I mean,
you're a nerd. You're just a nerd.
Yeah, I am. You'll learn about it a little next week, but I used to be a professional Warcraft 3 player, so to actually warm up for my games, I would play Dota, the original Defense of the Ancients, and custom game mode on Warcraft. But yeah, League of Legends came out, and I was with my ex at the time, and he was obsessed with Teemo. I think I still custom painting on the wall of Teemo.
Nice.
What's Teemo? What's Teemo? I don't know what that is.
Teemo's a little dude with a hat.
Yeah, he's a little dude with a hat, and he's a Boy Scout. Like,
is that League?
Yeah, it's League of Legends, but he's silly. He drops mushrooms. Everyone hates him, and he's really the troll character of the game. But yeah, no, me and my ex and our roommate Michael, like he basically got us into the game when I was living in an apartment in Portland, and he showed us this game. I was like, that looks like garbage. It's like a bad Dota ripoff. And then a couple weeks later, he installed it on my computer for me.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's nice.
I was just like, I'll try this out. I'll keep playing. And then probably, I don't even want to look, but I think when I was looking at one of my like money tracking apps, I think I dropped like $3,000 in that game over the years that I played.
Well, I can't say much because there's a
bunch of characters.
There's a game that I've probably dropped close to like $1,500 to $2,000 on in my like 8 years of playing it, so I can't say that's a bad thing, spending that much money.
So speaking of League of Legends, the only thing, one of my friends from high school and another roommate of mine in college, different year though, he plays League of Legends a lot, but he only plays with the trackpad.
Yes, you told me about that.
I was telling you
On a
about that.
laptop.
I was like, hey, Colin, I've got an extra mouse if you want to use it. Like, no, I use a trackpad. It's like, are you sure?
That's
He's like, yeah, I'm
miserable.
better with the trackpad. It's like,
I tried playing. I've tried
Okay,
playing
then.
games like World of Warcraft and like stuff like that with the trackpad, and it's like the worst experience of my life. Now, like Hearthstone or
God.
like basic games, I can easy with the trackpad, but I
Right.
can't if I need a mouse. I just need a mouse. Even if I'm on a
I
laptop,
can't even
I
like
need a mouse.
go on my work computer with a trackpad. Like,
It's so
I can't even
horrible.
bear it there.
It's horrible. But anyways, so League of Legends, I tried it out like once or twice just because all my friends was like the new hotness, and I was like, I'll try it, but I just couldn't grasp the concept of the game, just like killing minions and then eventually attacking other heroes or whatever. I don't even know what they're called in League. What are they called in League? Are they called heroes or are they called something else?
In League,
Yeah, what are they called?
champions. I
Champions.
think?
There it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never could grasp the concept. I was an idiot. I just didn't enjoy it. So I think I played like one game online, and I think I exited out halfway through it because I was like 1-6. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so bad. I bet my team was happy that I left, so the computer could take over probably. But
The
no,
computer
then,
doesn't take over when you leave, though. That's the issue.
Oh, see,
Does
this is
it?
why. This is why
Even better,
I
it's
like.
not feeding. They're
This
not
is why I
feeding.
like this other game called Heroes of the Storm. So my thing is that other people would take off and they'd way out level me. Like people would be like level 14, I would be like level 8. Like the one or two games I played League. Whereas in Heroes of the Storm, the thing that drew me to it when I first played it, I was like watching videos, is that just the team has a level. And I'm like, so this is Blizzard putting that mass market, thing on their product
Kind
where
of
it's
easeability.
yeah, exactly. Like
I
it's
mean,
pretty
it's-
much it's pretty much like League was like MS DOS, and then Heroes to me is like Windows. Like it's like user friendly, much easier to understand. I don't have to buy items or anything
So
like that or
Dota
put
is
items on.
Linux.
Dota's Linux. That's
Dota's
DOS.
Linux.
Yeah, but no. But to me, it's like you're not putting items on. You just have talents. It's kind of like World of Warcraft that I've been playing for like the past almost 8 years. Wait, how? It's been 8 years, 8.5 years I've been playing this game. So I'm pretty familiar with like talents and stuff. So that's what drew me into playing Heroes of the Storm. But it was another Blizzard product. I was scared to play, but I'm glad I played it, and I got some stories to tell about the one or two games I've actually played of multiplayer, not against bots because I'm too scared. I feel like I'm gonna let my team down. I'm gonna let my team down, and we're gonna go down, and we're gonna lose. But Matt, I know you've been playing this a lot more. Like, do you play with a lot of people, or do you play by yourself, or what's your take on it?
We have a couple guildies that get on when I log off of World of Warcraft raids, and we kind of play it together. But outside of that, I have a couple of friends in the World of Warcraft trading card game that kind of log in with me, and just random friends that I have on my list. But I do a lot of solo games. I really just enjoy queuing solo and not worrying about it. Plus, if I'm doing really bad, I can't have my friends make fun of me.
There you
So
go.
I'm still trying to get the hang of this game. I'm primarily right now been playing Illidan. He's the only character I've bought a skin for so far. I'm really proud of myself to say that because I'm really bad with buying things if they look pretty.
$3,000 worth of stuff that looks pretty.
Freemiums
Yeah,
Anonymous.
my League of Legends account with every character up to whatever last year's characters were, and most skins are pretty bad. But either way, yeah. So on to something different. Yeah, no, but I really enjoy this game. I play a lot of Illidan. I play a lot of Rehgar. I really enjoy the aspect that it's an everyone game. So it's not like League of Legends, like you were saying, where my friends got scared because they couldn't keep up, they couldn't creep, they couldn't get the character kills, they couldn't gain gold fast enough. And the no itemization portion of this game, I just love it.
I love
I
it.
don't think I could play another MOBA anymore. Like, I hate the fact that if you're just doing really well, you could steamroll an entire team by yourself.
Yep.
I mean, in this game, you just have the option to kind of stay on the same level as everyone else. You're not going to out-item someone. You could out-level them a little, but I think the most drastic leveling differentiation that I've seen is like 2 or 3 levels. And it's easily fixed, especially because of the ability to control the map in doing the map objectives. It doesn't matter what level your opponents are. If you're better at the map objectives than they are, you're going to win.
Yeah, that's very,
Oh, yeah.
very true. I love the map objectives, like the idea of, you know what, even though I'm just, creeping and I'm just like killing minions and like slowly destroying turrets, whenever that objective comes up, if I just take off for that objective, I'm going to make the world of difference for my team. I'm going to win this game for my team because
Right.
Me and Tom, whenever we play together, we stick together the whole entire game. Whether we're both assassins, like my characters right now are pretty much just Raynor and Malfurion. So Raynor is just a ranged assassin, and I have a blast playing Raynor. Just because around level 13 and 16, and when I get Giant Killer, I am like a path of destruction for the enemies. Like, you do not want to go one-on-one with Raynor, especially if you're below 13, because I got that talent up on you, which is like the only complaint I have about the game. But it's not to the point of where like the whole team is like crippled. If like if I'm low, the whole team is low, so we're building ourselves up. But like you said, only 2 or 3 level difference. It's not that big of a deal. The biggest one is definitely level 10, but ultimates are usually easily avoided. But that Giant Killer and then the Berserk I get at level 16, if I can activate all that with my I forgot what it's called now, my W, and then just lay a quick Q on them for the spread fire, it just can decimate people so fast. But it's not something I can just constantly do. That's why I need people like Tom that are there with me that can slow everybody down, so that way we can just nuke and just kill. So it's so much fun. Like I said, me and Tom played this game for like 4.5 hours yesterday, and
Yeah, it felt like 20 minutes.
yeah, like we finished the game and we look up, it'd be like 18 minutes. I'm like, man, that felt like, I'd be talking to Tom, I was like, that felt like 5 minutes. I didn't realize it's like, you're like, dude, it's like 7 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta do something else for a little bit. But no, like, so Tom, what have you thought about the at least 7 hours I know you've put into this game already?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this game so far. Like, just like you, Tim, I didn't like League of Legends. There was too much stuff going on, and just like both of you guys were talking about, the simplicity is what makes this game great. All you got to worry about is, controlling your area. You don't have to worry about like, oh, did I pick the right item, or what items did they pick, or anything like that. You just got to worry about controlling your area and going after the map objectives. And it's nice that the main game is the same. You're each trying to get into the other base, but then each map actually brings something different with the objectives. And it's not like you have to go out of your way to do anything crazy. It's always like, hey, just go kill some other guys. Go kill these special guys in this area. It still is part of the flow of the game, and the game is, a lot of fun for it. I feel like I can actually contribute to my team without being a detriment and just feeding the other team. So I really like the whole team level, the no items and everything like that. It just makes it a much more fun experience for people who are bad at strategy, kind of real-time strategy-ish games.
That's me.
Like this.
That's me.
Like me.
This guy right here. No, I think my favorite part of Heroes, though, like, I know you play Thrall, right, Tom? Has that been like your go-to guy? So I think that is,
he's a tank. That's all.
Yeah, that is my favorite thing about Heroes, I think, is just seeing all these characters come together from all these different universes that I love. Like, there's no doubt about it, Thrall is probably my favorite character in any of the Blizzard universes, but I don't play him because I don't like the play style, but I can always see Thrall. I can see Diablo. I can see Nova. I can play
right.
I play as Raynor, but I can see Raynor. I can see like Zagar from the Zerg from StarCraft. It's just, that's probably my favorite thing, is just seeing all these characters that I know in one game that has really no story for it whatsoever besides you're dragged into the Nexus and you have to kill other people. I mean, that's been like my go-to game when I just want to blow off steam for like 45 minutes. If I'm before I have to do something, let's just play a quick Heroes game. It's only going to take 15-20 minutes, hopefully. I mean, it might be a little bit longer, but you just keep compounding those levels, which just give you more damage, more health, and so on and so forth. But so what do you guys think about the hero rotation? So the free hero rotation that just constantly comes every single week. And I think level 15 is whenever you unlock your last hero slot. So do you guys actually try out those heroes? Do you still stick with the 1 or 2 that you've been kind of running with? What about you, Matt?
I really enjoy the hero rotation. I mean, it gives me the ability to play other champions before I just dump, 10,000 gold on some of them.
Or $10.
Yeah, I've not bought a character yet, and I don't think I want to. I'm going to try to earn the gold for it. But, they built a system, especially the quest system. So it gives me the ability to earn these characters if I want to keep them. That's how I kind of learned how to play a couple weeks ago. And I just kind of did the quests with the free heroes. The quest system kind of makes you play heroes you're not used to. Like, it made me play a specialist. It made me try a ranged assassin out. So it was really cool. But, yeah, I think the rotation just helps people to not stick with those same champions, same characters, same games.
Yeah. So like Matt said, you can buy the heroes with gold. You get in game, and I think when I started playing the game, I was like, I mean, I've probably put in like 10 to 12 hours at most at this point, and I was right at like 9,700 gold, so I could easily cross that 10,000 threshold. And at that point, you can buy any character you want except for the Butcher, which was just released last Tuesday, which he's 15k or $10 cash. So you have the choice to just slowly earn these characters, but with the free hero rotation, you're like, man, I wonder if Raynor would be a good character to play. Oh, look, he's the free hero this week. So, funny story, I bought Malfurion for $5. I'm like, I want to play a Warcraft healer. That's what I want to do, and I picked Malfurion. And then I go to the shop, and I'm like, what are the specials they have? They had the 3-pack of Malfurion, Mirrodin, and Raynor with a stim pack and a mount for $5, and I bought that one too. So I lost $5 to this game already. That should have been not happened, but it did. But I do like the diversity of using gold that you can get every day. So you're not going to get like, once you start to you hit max level, you're not going to get like 5,000 gold a day unless you just play all day, which I still don't think you could. But like Matt said, you have these quests that you just constantly have to play. Like play a specialist for 3 games, play an assassin for 3 games, play a Warcraft character for 2 games, and it just gives you gold every single day. So you can get like, what is it, like 300 to 400 gold a day if you do all the missions or something like that. So it's pretty nice. Like you're not going to earn the characters overnight, but if you really like a character that's free to play, you can just start to make that your dream, or like that's your goal. Like I bought Illidan, and I bought another guy. He's one of the Protoss from StarCraft. Talsadar, I think his name is. He's
Tassadar.
Yeah, he's a support guy, and I like him, but I just haven't actually played him in like a multiplayer game yet. But yeah, I really like that diversity. So what about you, Tom? Have you spent your gold yet, or are you still hoarding it for somebody?
I've still got my gold. I haven't actually spent. The only money I spent was to buy Thrall, and I like the random characters, because at first I didn't know, who I wanted to be, and so I was trying out a bunch of different characters, and Thrall just kind of clicked for me. And even though I've only played as Thrall since then, I'm still trying to figure out the game and the whole strategy of a MOBA, trying to figure that kind of stuff out. And then once I feel comfortable with that, branching out to other characters and all that will be fun, that they have that free rotation. I do like that all these games do that, where they have the free rotations, but I think it's a great idea, and once I figure that out, I'll have enough gold to buy 1 or 2 other characters that I really want to play as.
Yeah, I mean the gold pretty much, I believe it's 2,000 gold for like I don't consider them low tiers or high tiers, but like it goes from 2,000 to 10,000 gold. So like the 2,000, I believe, is like the $5 characters cash. Then there's like 4,000, which is like the 749 or something like that. But it's like what, 2, 4, 7, and 10k for the gold. So I mean, like we said, it's not something you're going to earn overnight, but if you really like that one character, you could easily hit like level 20 and you'd have enough gold to buy that character. So it's pretty awesome the way that they did it. And I really like the idea of playing with a friend gets you 50% more experience, so you level a lot faster.
Yes, that is pretty cool.
So I notice a big difference when I'm playing with Tom. We get like 175, 180k experience a game. When I play with myself, it's like barely over 90k. So, but yeah, Heroes, it's awesome. I love it. I'm gonna be putting many hours into this game in the future. Hopefully, this is the one game I'm actually looking at. Like, I would like to get a semi organized team and play this online.
Yeah,
like for reals, not just for fun. But no, I mean, of the 3 IPs that we discussed today, Matt, which one's been your longtime favorite? Whether it's brand new Heroes or, Diablo 1.
I mean, I'm gonna have to say Heroes of the Storm is probably gonna be, it's everything in one. I mean, when we go to this question next week, it's gonna be kind of a tough debate, but this week for sure, Heroes of the Storm just it's everything that I want, and it's a game that I could play with anyone. I could pick up with a beginner, someone intermediate, or maybe someone that was Platinum League and League of Legends. Like, they can come over and play with me, and we can all have a good time.
Yeah, I think the one thing we didn't mention is that there is actually a quick match setting where you can play against other players, or there's also a quick match where you can play just against bots. So you actually put you with 5 human players or 4 other human players, and then you go and you fight 5 bots, which is pretty much usually face roll, but there's the occasional time where I think the bots are cheating, and they're just like they're like cheating on their levels or something, because I'm like, how are you level 12 and I'm only level 10? This is not fair. Then I look at my teammates and they're like 1 and 9. But Tom, what about you, of Diablo and Heroes? What's been your favorite or your go-to game?
Yeah, I'd say Heroes. I think it's just a nice way to get all their characters into one game. You know, like I said, I love the art style, and it kind of meshes. All the games kind of mesh together. So I'm really enjoying Heroes so far. I actually see myself playing this a lot.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, they just released the Butcher this last patch, which was Tuesday. And I mean, the game just came out like 3 weeks ago. But I mean, like Matt said, the game's been in like alpha and beta for like 20 years. It seems like,
Yeah,
at least. I remember the first time they announced this at BlizzCon 2012, was it, or 2013? And they had it like on the show floor ready to play. And then it comes out in 2015, late June. So it's great. I'm excited to see what other heroes they're going to add, because I can just look at all the different franchises, and I'm like, hey, you don't have a hero from this one, or you don't have this hero in there. Like, there's just like Varian Wrynn, for example, the Alliance on World of Warcraft. He's not in there. He'd be a great warrior or a great melee assassin. I don't know, so it'd be awesome. But yeah, next week is going to be, we're going to cover the last 2 or 2.5, I guess. So we're definitely going to cover Hearthstone, which I know that's Matt's go-to card game now since WoW TCG's gone.
Sad. Rest in peace.
Yeah, a lot of many years. I remember you talking about that all the time. And then
That's why I used to go to Gen Con.
well, you have something to go for this year. I don't know, maybe you don't, but
Exactly.
it'd be fun. But no, then of course we're going to tackle the old Warcraft 3 and then the infamous World of Warcraft, which
Dun,
I know,
dun, dun.
which I think Tom has put more hours into this game than anybody that is in this
Yep.
podcast.
Three.
I don't know.
Three.
I have my
Three?
Thrall statue for the Plus.
Do you really? You have that?
Mm-hmm.
This is why we can't be friends. So
I know, right?
I started playing in BC, so I didn't have that alpha. But anyways, next week, you guys, it's probably a much longer show, so I know this was a pretty short one of only like 40, 45 minutes, but next week there's going to be a lot of nerding out going on, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I can't wait. But yes, you guys, until next week, remember, follow, like, subscribe, whatever that stuff is that you do on social media and on Twitch. You'll know whenever we go live, and we can definitely do... Oh, look at that. Zergs and... Oh my god, wow. And the Treasure Goblin. But yes, you guys, so thank you very, very much for tuning in this week for Blizzard Entertainment Part 1. Make sure to tune in this coming weekend for Part 2, where we can finally tackle the final 2, the small new card game Hearthstone, and of course the infamous World of Warcraft. And until then, you guys, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.